Wushu! Hello, and welcome to Rockstar Cartoonist by Michael Lyons. I am Michael Lyons, and I am the Rockstar Cartoonist. Today we're going to be discussing David Bowie's two-dimensional art. I have a cartoon of David Bowie here. Yesterday we were discussing Paul Stanley and David Bowie as cartoonists. And today I wanted to talk about David Bowie as an artist, specifically as a painter, but also kind of get to the bottom of what his videos and stuff are about. So today, let's start with, if you'd like to order a gibberish, click the links below. I think it's coming up here. I'm sorry. Okay. There's some pictures from my coloring book. There's a little otter reading and swimming, and then when you add color, that's kind of cool. I think it's coming up. Here we go. This is a cartoon I did of David Bowie. This is from the movie Labyrinth, where he played Jareth, the Goblin King, and he's saying, "Stop, look what I'm offering you, your dreams. I ask for so little, just love me, fear me." Whoops. Just love me, fear me, do as I ask, and I shall be your slave. I can't talk about it as a book about dealing, what does it say? Difficult feelings and facing problems. It's all about depression and suicide. Anyway, let me pause that. Now let me just get rid of that. So David Bowie, let me see, I got a picture of Bowie here. David Bowie was, of course, first known for his music. And people often, would credit him as an artist. He was an artistic musician or whatever. And this is one of his paintings here. I like Bowie's paintings. I'm a fan, but also it looks like he's been really Pablo Picasso was probably a big influence of his. And here's a painting he did of Iggy Pop, which I thought was weird. But, so you can see his paintings are they're not abstract. They're, I guess you'd call them sort of surreal or something. I'm not a big fan of postmodern art. This would be anything post, classical art. I judge art on technical ability, emotional, what it does, I think a lot of people, well, whatever. So, David Bowie, music and artist, but one of the things that, what I think he does best as an artist is when he is an actor in, like, his music videos. David Bowie, people always talk about him, oh, you're such a chameleon, he would have a different character for every album. And that was sort of true. But in a way, David Bowie had a different character for every song. In the song Strangers When We Meet, David Bowie plays a puppeteer who creates sort of a Raggedy Ann puppet marionette that doesn't have strings, and she becomes sort of human. Let's watch some of Strangers When We Meet, and I'll talk about this, because I think it's just gorgeous.
so thin and frail. Slink his secrets harder than the sun. No peachy prayers, no trendy rechauffe. I'm with you, so I can't go on. All my violence, raining tears upon the sheets. I'm bewildered, for we're strangers when we meet.
Okay, so you kind of get it. He's the artist who created her, and now he's falling in love with her, and they're dancing, and it's so, I don't know, it's just so cool. It also has kind of a silent film quality to it.
Screen TV, greening ourselves in the snow. Forget my name, but I'm over you. Blended sunrise.
Okay, notice here that it is just a doll at this point. The Raggedy Ann puppet changes back and forth from partially human to fully puppet.
And it's a dying world, humming Rheingold. We scavenge up our clothes. All my violence,
Now he's dreaming,
raging tears
wakes up.
upon the sheets. I'm resentful for where
She's almost like a Frankenstein, or a bride of Frankenstein in a way. There she is coming to life. But he just creates characters, you know. But this one, he's falling in love with her.
tapping out your memories. Halfway sadness, dazzled by the new. The open release. It was all that I felt. That whirling room. We trade by frontier. Silly result is falling from me. All your regrets, pride ruptured over me. I'm so thankful that we're strangers when we meet.
Notice he's wearing a wedding ring, but it's not a traditional gold wedding ring. And he's lying on the bed with the puppet. I love this so much.
I'm in clover, we're strangers when we meet. He'll head over, but we're strangers when we meet. Strangers when we meet. Strangers when we meet. Strangers when we meet.
Okay, watch this.
Strangers when we meet. Strangers when we meet.
The puppet.
Strangers when we meet.
Okay, notice that it's just a full-blown puppet here. And he's kind of sad looking at her. Flash, he's gone. She's got a human arm now. Flash, he comes back. It's just a puppet again. And he lays on her. I love that so much. Warning, heads up. We've detected copyright audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Okay. I hope that wasn't blocked, but if it is, check out the video. It seriously brings tears to my eyes. I think it's so beautiful. So, but a music video is actually two-dimensional art also. It's just on a screen. It's moving. It's thousands of little, still photos put together. So there you have it. David Bowie's two-dimensional art from the Pablo Picasso-inspired little guy at the bottom of the steps. Iggy Pop. Apparently he's not gay for Iggy Pop, but apparently he's in love with him. And that was David Bowie. All right. Up next, I see we have 2 concurrent viewers, and I'm seeing no chat. Do I have to click this, maybe? Live chats. All messages are visible. Okay. All right, up next. This is a song I did with Natasha, and I think it's When Doves Cry. Okay, baby. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. You got some coffee there?
Yep, got my makane mush kiki wabu coffee, black medicine water.
Mino Giga Shave.
Oh,
Good
that's
morning.
really good.
And welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Michael Lyons. This is Natasha.
Boozhoo!
And, of course, this is Nana Boozhoo.
Boozhoo!
All right, this is not going to work. Boozhoo, and welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Michael Lyons. This is Natasha.
Boozhoo!
And Nana Boozhoo.
Okay,
And
Boozhoo.
this morning we're going to start things off with a song about. I don't know what this is about.
We always do this.
How about.
Oh, I know this song. This is When Doves Cry by Prince.
Dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can, my darling,
Can you picture this?
You will, a courtyard, an ocean of violets and blue.
Violets in the
Animals
strike curious poses.
The
Heat between me and you.
Leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold.
Well, that's so
Maybe I'm
cold.
just too demanding.
Baby.
Maybe I'm just like my
Father,
father,
too bold.
Maybe you're just like my mother.
She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Yeah, baby. Oh, na na na.
How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold?
Well, that's so cold.
Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied.
She's never satisfied.
Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
When doves cry, baby, don't cry. Don't cry. Yeah, 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 yeah.
When Doves Cry by the artist formerly known as Alive Prince. I shouldn't joke about that. Were you bummed out when Prince died? Are you from my generation? The Purple Rain generation? Generation X? I wasn't that depressed when Prince died. Honestly, I was actually more depressed when Michael Jackson died. But I was in full-on grief when David Bowie faked his death. Have you guys ever looked into that? David Bowie may not have actually died. The day after, I used to have I think I deleted it. I used to have the interview. There was one basic interview. This was so weird about when David Bowie died. There wasn't the media coverage that like Elvis and Prince got. It was one strange interview with a guy nobody had ever heard of called Jack Stevens, who claimed to be a friend of David Bowie's. And the day after he died, a guy who looks really similar to David Bowie and sounded just like him did an interview for Sky Airline News or something weird, talking about, you know, what a tragedy was that David died. And said all these cryptic things that would make one at least question, is like, wait a second, is that actually David Bowie? You know, did they do a filter on the video? And I don't know. So he might have faked his death. For Bowie fans who haven't considered it, it's like, where did he die exactly? Was it New York or was it England? Where is he buried? There was one report that he was cremated and he wanted his ashes poured over some island in the Bahamas for some reason. There was no funeral. We were told he had gallbladder cancer or something like that. Not lung cancer. After all those cigarettes. You know, the guy, half of the pictures ever taken of him, he was smoking a cigarette. Didn't get lung cancer, got some strange other kind of cancer. What else? His last album, Black Star. Should I talk about what Black Star is? Yeah, this is sort of interesting. David Bowie's last album was called Black Star. And it's also an album that not a lot of people knew about that Elvis Presley had once. It was called Black Star. And if you're a Kiss fan, you'll know that Paul Stanley has a black star on his eye. What is a black star? Well, a black star is a star that shines, but you don't see it in the sky. It's an invisible star. Stars, when it comes to rock stars and movie stars and all this stuff, there's a whole mythology about the fallen angels. That Satan was one of the fallen angels that came to earth, and 1/3 of all the angels followed him. They were all fallen angels. And these angels became, you know, you might want to call them demons, or they're what a lot of like rock stars and when people talk about selling their soul to the devil to become a rock star. The myth is that you embody one of these fallen angels and Satan rewards you with fame and fortune and girls and all the rewards of the earth. Well, a black star would be one of the fallen angels who people don't know is an angel. People always forget that there are 2/3 more angels who didn't follow Satan. These are angels or stars who are loyal to God. Now, I think like truly exceptional artists and stars, even athletes can be stars. When you're a star, you actually are an angel, embodying a human form. But that's why so many of these corrupt, evil, satanic stars, like Ozzy Osbourne or whatever. Ozzy, it's weird because sometimes there are fallen stars like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan claims to have sold his soul to the devil, and that's how he wrote his songs and stuff. And you kind of go, yeah, he is a star, and I bet you is one of the 1/3 fallen angels who follow Satan, because he is so bad. He is just the worst singer and the worst guitar player there's ever been. After 50 years of practice, the guy is still terrible. Now, baby boomers who are brainwashed by Satan and the media and stuff don't understand it. They think Bob Dylan is good. He's not. Kids can tell. And if you're not corrupted, you can tell the difference between a good singer and Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan is the worst. But Elvis Presley is the greatest. He had all the talent in the world, and he was beautiful. And that guy had to have angelic powers. But was he evil? Was he just placed into stardom because Satan put him there? Or was he a black star? Was he actually a good angel living as a human? I think Elvis was a good angel. For all the tragedy of his excesses of food and drugs and, the whole fame thing that caught up with him and killed him, Elvis wasn't really like an egotistical person. There were no stories of him actually being cruel to somebody. There were no murders behind him. How many politicians can say that no one's died because of what they've done when they, to become whatever. I think Paul Stanley, I think Gene Simmons is probably a fallen angel following Satan. I'm pretty sure he had to sell his soul. But Paul Stanley, when you really get down to it, Paul Stanley has been married twice. His first wife left him for what's his name? Bill, one of the Ghostbusters. He left him for that actor who was in the Ghostbusters. And his second wife he had 5 children with. Yeah, he was, the rock star of rock stars and sang about his love gun and stuff. That's just the genre of the music he created. But I don't think Paul Stanley is evil. There's no stories of him having any kind of sexual scandals, baby mamas out there, nothing. He's not even, a drug addict or anything. He's in great physical health. I think his Black Star was like David Bowie's album Black Star. Because I also think David Bowie is a fallen angel, or an angel on earth, but not one of the 1/3 of evil satanic angels. Because he was so incredibly talented. He wasn't just popular. And his talents, I think truly talented people, you're talented in everything. If you can sing well, you can play guitar well, David Bowie could sing, play guitar, piano, harmonica, saxophone. Okay, those are 5 instruments just off the top of my head. And he, just like Prince. Prince was probably a good angel too. So that black star is a symbolic. Sometimes they say there's like truth in plain sight. I really think black star is something to look into. All right. So what else do we have today? Bowie paintings, black star, and fallen angels. Strangers when we meet. I really hope that doesn't get blocked. Can't help but notice nobody's watching my live stream. I don't know why. When this was Boujou Not a Boujou, I would have 30 people here. There's only one person watching. It's probably me. I wonder why. Privacy, public. All right. Well, I'm going to get off the YouTube. And let me just say thank you so much for tuning into Rockstar Cartoonist, a live stream podcast about rock stars and cartoonists. My name is Michael Lyons. If you'd like to support the show, click the links below. I have a Patreon, PayPal, and GoFundMe site. You can order books by me, comics, coloring books, at Amazon.com. And otherwise, thank you so much. Oh, let me try this one more time. I'm going to try to teleport out of here. Okay. I will see you again. Giga Wabba Min.